Hello, this is Mr. Schneider. This is podcast 10.1, economic decision making. So we're going to look at some terms dealing with economics today. Our last 4 units are going to deal with economics. So we're done with the civics part of the course. I know everybody's sad about that. All right, so let's talk. First term I want to talk about is scarcity. So we have unlimited wants, but our resources are limited. It forces us to make choices. Everybody has to make difficult choices. You cannot satisfy all your wants at the same time. You cannot have everything that you want. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough place to store it. There's not enough items out there. You just can't do it. Everything is limited. The best example I can think of this is that people always talk about McDonald's used to have signs up that said billions served, their hamburgers. And while it seems like there's an unlimited supply of McDonald's hamburgers, if everybody in the world decided today at the same moment they wanted a McDonald's hamburger, there would not be enough McDonald's hamburgers to serve everybody in the world. So while we might really want things, there's not always the availability of those items. So everything is scarce. Some items are more scarce than other items. All right, resources. Resources are things that we use to produce goods and services. Example of resources, there's 4 types of resources. In case you're 4. Natural, which are things of the earth. So things like water and crude oil, wheat, timber. These are all natural resources. There's human resources. Those are people that work. So I'm a human resource. Your parents are a human resource. Once you get a job, you'll be a human resource. There are capital resources. These are resources that are used over and over again to make things. So for example, a hammer is a resource. When a carpenter is building something, he doesn't use his hammer once and then get rid of it. He uses that hammer over and over and over and over again. And the last type of resource is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are people like Stephen Jobs or Colonel Sanders or Madam C.J. Walker, who have started their own businesses or helped start businesses, basically to make a profit, but they're people that have started companies. Here's an example of an entrepreneur from The Simpsons.
That's what I'll do, smart guy.
Can we see the elephant? We'll pay you money.
For the nice time now. Wait a minute. This gives me an idea.
Here's a better sign, Dad.
I don't have time to read it. Just give me the gist of it, son. Your kid flew 5 feet. That counts as a ride. $2.
Well, that was never 5 feet. That animal of yours is certainly bad-tempered.
Yeah, well, you'd be grumpy too if you were taken out of your natural habitat and gawked at by a bunch of slack-jawed yokels.
Hey, Mom. Look at that pointy-haired little girl. Well,
You guys don't understand, Stabby. It's just like me. We're a pair of jokers and both of us are wild. We don't take nothing from nobody.
Smithers, this reminds me of that fat van I used to ride to work.
look at this, Marge. $58 and all of it profit. I'm the smartest businessman in the world.
Stampy's food bill today was $300.
Marge, please, don't humiliate me in front of the money.
Not all entrepreneurs are smart. All right, choice. So as a consumer, you have choice. When you go to buy something, you have alternatives. So I went out to buy a car this summer. I looked at a few different cars. I saw one I liked, and I made a decision to buy a car. Your decisions are based on desired goods and what's available and what you can afford. I'd love to go out and have filet mignon at a nice restaurant every night, but I can't afford that. So sometimes I'll do that once a year maybe. But more often than not, I'm going to go to a place like Chick-fil-A where I know the food is good, but it's not as expensive. So as consumers, we make lots and lots of choices. Choice isn't always
I'm proud
easy
of you,
either.
Sheldon. Yeah, I'm proud of me too. I've done all my research, I conducted an informal poll, and I've arrived at the rock-solid certainty I've made the right choice.
Well, that's got to be a good feeling.
Oh, it is. Although...
Oh, crap.
Now, I had the same feeling when I made my dad buy a Betamax instead of a VHS.
You were just a little kid.
Yeah, a little kid who picked the wrong format to record the McNeil-Lehrer report. Now, I also was certain that HD DVD would win out over Blu-ray.
How old were you then?
Old enough to know better. You know, and now that I think about it, I stood in front of a case of iPods and I bought a Zune.
What's a Zune?
Yep, exactly. An MP3 player brought to us by the makers of Xbox.
No, what are you doing? No.
All right, so we have to make choices when we're buying things. So when we're making our choices, we also have what's called an opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the thing that we've given up, the thing that was the second best alternative. So in the previous clip where Sheldon was determining between the Xbox and the PlayStation 4, if he bought the Xbox, then the opportunity cost would have been the PlayStation 4. So whenever you make a choice, you give things up. Whatever you're giving up, the second alternative, the other thing you might have bought is your opportunity cost. See if you can spot the opportunity cost in this clip.
Hi there, can I help you folks?
Yeah, my daughter's looking for a car that goes with her personality.
Yes, are the new bulimic cutting mobiles in yet? This is a 1996 sedan. Excellent gas mileage, airbags, and AM/FM cassette.
I love it! Dad, this is the car.
Hang on a second, Meg. What can you tell me about this one?
Oh, that's just an old tank I use for those commercials where I declare war on high prices. Now, about that sedan.
Yeah, hang on there, Slick. Now I see your game. We come in here wanting a practical car, but then you dangle this tank in front of me and expect me to walk away. Now, I may be an idiot, but there is one thing I am not, sir, and that, sir, is an idiot. Now, I demand you tell me more about this tank.
Well, if you're looking for quality, then look no further.
That's more like it. Tell me, what are the tank's safety features?
What a good-looking question. 3 inches of reinforced steel protects your daughter from short-range missile attacks.
I see. And does the sedan protect against missiles?
It does not.
Ah, you hear that, Meg? Yeah, it does not protect against missiles. See these? These are the questions. This is why I'm here.
Peter, you can't be serious. This is a 30-ton war machine.
I'm still not sure.
Did I mention the tank is a tank?
Sold.
So what was the opportunity cost in that clip? It was the family sedan. Please don't buy a tank. All right. Production. It's where we combine resources, human, natural capital, entrepreneurship, to make goods or provide services. And then what's available and consumer preference determine what is produced. So for example, when I was growing up, we had we had 2 televisions. One was this giant console TV, and we had a black and white TV also. We haven't had the black and white TV for years, and they don't produce black and white TVs anymore. Why? Because nobody wants a black and white TV. Likewise, nobody wants console TVs anymore. I mean, our TV was huge. It was like a piece of furniture. You might see them at your grandparents, or if your great-grandparents alive, they still might have a TV like that. But nobody wants them anymore, so they don't produce them anymore. It's just like why they don't produce flip phones anymore. Nobody buys flip phones. Nobody wants them. All right, so let's take a look at the production that goes into making hamburgers.
On veal farms.
Makes you want to run out to Five Guys and have a hamburger, huh? Last is consumption. Consumption is when we use goods and services. We are all consumers. You're consuming things right now. You're consuming whatever item you're watching this podcast on. You're consuming your shirt. You're consuming your shoes. Consuming is not buying of the products. It's the using of the products. So everybody is a consumer. And here's someone consuming an iPhone.
my husband.
I'm sorry. I don't see any hot petals near you. Deleting all contact information.
No, I didn't ask you to do that, Siri.
Delete confirmed.
And I'm sure we've all had our difficulties with Siri. All right, that's podcast 10.1. Hopefully this time there's no copyright violations. I would never violate copyright. Have a good day. Thanks.